Hey guys, welcome back to News with Sonic for discuss comics, movies, games, and more. Here to talk to you about Insomniac Games actually coming out and saying that they're confirming that Marvel Spider-Man 2 is slated for 2023. They already announced this on Twitter, and I got all that information to share with you guys. But before we get started, be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you can stay up to date with the latest information on Marvel Spider-Man 2, MCU news, and more. And if that stuff is for you, then definitely subscribe because it really helps out the channel. Also, follow me on social media such as TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch for other kinds of content there if YouTube isn't really your thing. But anyways, let's go ahead and discuss this. Now, I already mentioned briefly in yesterday's video talking about how the PlayStation Showcase has been delayed, and now Insomniac actually came out and said that this game is still slated for 2023 release, and everything that's going on in the back end with PlayStation and Activision is not affecting Insomniac Games in any way. Again, they already have the proper resources and everything they need to still have this game released on time. So be patient, because what I'm about to discuss with you involves fans being impatient. Also, I thought it was important to share because we haven't really been getting much Marvel Spider-Man 2 news lately, and I think what I'm about to cover is as much as we're going to get for now, because I don't think we're going to get any kind of showcase, at least not until November, or a little after November 11th to November 18th, in my opinion. I think that's what I'm guessing. I think that's going to be happening at that time frame. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Now, this is articles coming from superherohype.com. Remember, everything I'm about to discuss with you came from Insomniac Games. So Insomniac Games confirms Marvel Spider-Man 2 2023 release window. That's an actual confirmation from the company themselves. Way back in September of last year, Insomniac Games released the first trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2, confirming that a sequel to the Webhead's acclaimed 2018 PS4 title was officially on the way. Since then, fans have been dutifully tuning into every State of Play's live stream in the hopes of seeing new footage. You guys have already been there with me. I've tuned into pretty much every single live stream there was, even from Disney to like the State of Play stuff. We got nothing. But for some reason, Insomniac has yet to share any additional information about Peter Parker's upcoming next-gen adventure. This has led many gamers to suspect that a delay is in the cards. However, the studio dispelled these notions on social media earlier today. Responding to a fan on Twitter, Insomniac promised that Spider-Man 2 is still on track to hit the PlayStation 5 in 2023. And I shared this tweet briefly on my last video talking about how like a fan had some concerns. And as a surprise, this kind of stuff made the media, where some person here by the name of Jake Abate saw this and decided to write an article about it. And this is really big, and it goes to show how much of a keen eye people are keeping on this kind of information, and especially in Marvel Spider-Man 2, because it's something that we're all waiting for. You know, I'm waiting for it. You all guys at home, you know, watching this video are waiting for it. Insomniac's tweets assures fans that they have nothing to worry about when it comes to Marvel Spider-Man 2's release date. Although things can change between now and next year, the developers are reportedly making good progress on the sequel. In other words, it sounds like they just want to use the extra time to fine-tune certain details before unveiling the finished product. And here's the tweet right here that we were talking about from the other night when I was talking about this. So a person by the name of George says, "I'm starting to get worried, honestly. I've been bugging Insomniac about it, but I stopped after they told me it wasn't ready. I really hope it doesn't get delayed." Insomniac responds with, "Don't. We're making good progress and it's still slated for 2023. Showing games takes time, effort, resources, and coordination." It isn't unusual for Insomniac to space out its trailer reveals like this. In fact, the studio spent roughly the same amount of time hyping the release of the original Marvel Spider-Man. Y'all recall that. The game was actually shown off in 2016, back in the day, but we didn't get the game until like a full-blown 2 years later, at least 2.5 years later. The game's announcement trailer premiered during the E3 in 2016, more than 2 years before it finally hit stores in 2018. Regardless, its spin-off, Spider-Man Miles Morales, was announced and released in the span of 5 months in 2020. So the real issue might just boil down to fans' impatience. Last year's trailer for Spider-Man 2 appeared to confirm that players will be able to control both Peter and Miles throughout the campaign. Additionally, the game will introduce at least 2 new villains, Kraven the Hunter and Venom, the latter of whom was teased in the previous 2 installments. horror legend Tony Todd is providing the character's voice in the sequel. Insomniac is also developing another superhero game, Marvel's Wolverine, which is expected to bow in 2023 as well. So are you happy to hear that Marvel Spider-Man 2 is still coming out next year? You let me know down in the comment section below. Well, we haven't actually gotten an announcement date for Marvel's Wolverine, and I'm going to go ahead and try to work on some more Marvel's Wolverine videos soon in like the very near future, but I don't think that game's going to be coming out in 2023. I see it more of like an early 2024 release, honestly. But moving back to Marvel Spider-Man 2. So there's no need to despair. I'm sure the game will come out right on time for fans to enjoy. It is officially set for 2023, and it is going to be an exclusive for the PS5. This won't be the last time I'm going to be stating this, because there are people that are insisting that it's not only going to be on the PS5, it's going to also come out for the PS4. It's not. Okay, so for those of you who keep typing, oh, Marvel Spider-Man slated for 2023 for the PS4 as well, or something like that, stop, because that game is not coming out for the PS4. It's coming out for the PS5. I know what I said, and I'm sorry if what I'm saying bothers you, but it's the truth. And a game like Marvel Spider-Man 2, which has high expectations, should be only, available only for the PlayStation 5, because that game deserves to use all of the good hardware in that PlayStation 5 and not the PS4. There's no need for Insomniac Games to make those kinds of accommodation where it kind of takes back the game in quality, and it makes the game dip in quality because it's available for both PS4 and PS5. I'm not saying that it's a problem to be still releasing games for the PS4, even though the PS5 is already approaching 2 years old. But at this point, I think Sony is going to have to probably stop making PS4 games, maybe starting mid next year. So I think they should just discontinue then. I mean, there are a lot of amazing, great games for the PS4, but at this point, any games being released after 2022, at least during the beginning of 2023, from now on, it should be exclusive to the PS5. And that's just my take. I'm sorry if you may disagree with it, and if you do, that's okay. Share your take, just don't be disrespectful about it, and I'll hear you out. If you still think PS4 games should be made and released, definitely share your take. I'm willing to read. But if you disagree, that's okay. That's cool. It's not a problem. It's not a really big deal. This is what this community is about. This is what I hope this community will turn out to be, where everybody can share their opinions and talk about how they feel about things. There are people in my circle who don't necessarily agree with me, and there are some that do agree with me. I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm just saying it's a known fact. It's on the PlayStation blog. I'm kind of tired of reiterating it. Marvel Spider-Man 2 will be a PS5 exclusive, and it'll come out in 2023. As far as when the showcase will happen, I'm still set on after November 11th, if not after November 18th. But at some point late November, that's when I'm thinking that we're going to be getting the showcase. If not, December. And then if not, then you know what? Some point early next year. Who knows? We'll have to just wait and see. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell notification so you all don't miss anything. Dislike the video if you didn't like it. And of course, as always, guys, I will see you all in the next comic panel.